Alright, hello again everybody. How are we doing today? I was trying to create a video with my blinds open in the back to kind of let the sun shine in, because that does help with mental health issues as well. Brighter spaces compared to dark. So anyway, today my topic's going to be about lack of communication. Now, do you guys understand why I have not really posted about the topics that I'm going to speak of? Because for one, it gave me 15 seconds to keep creating videos to try to get people's attention to bring them onto my channel. And there's just so many different topics that can interfere with mental health. So anyway, today it's going to be about lack of communication, or improper communication, if you would like to call it that. So first of all, I'm going to dig into my personal experiences. I have been ghosted so many times in my life, and personally for me, because of how much I actually do care about people, and especially the ones that I, try to build meaningful relationships with, I tend to get impatient. Actually, I'm very, very impatient, and that's also part of the reason why I'm single. As you can see, I am admitting my flaws as well, and we all have them. So anyway, personal experience being ghosted. Yes, I have constantly tried to reach out to those people again, just to give them multiple chances, and I mean multiple, because of my caring heart, and because I know what it's like to not have a clean conscience when you feel guilty about something, or when you're hurt about something and you don't express it. And that can also lead to depression. And, as I stated in one of my previous videos, holding things in, definitely not healthy for your mental health. I'm sorry for the glare again. Usually I do this while it's dark outside, but today I chose to wait a little bit after the nephews went to school and all of that this morning. So anyway, for me, because of the fact that I care so much, and then these guys telling me, oh, I'm an adult, or oh, I'm a man, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, really? Okay. You're gonna ghost me. Tell me you're a man. Tell me you're an adult. But yet you can't communicate to tell me what I did wrong, or how we can go about fixing it. So yeah, in my eyes, that shows me they really didn't care about me like they said they did at one point. So it's like, it really does boil down to how you treat people, how you word things to people, being honest with each other, not playing head games, so on and so forth. I have even been turned into the cops a couple of times because they were claiming that I was doing harassment. But yet I found it funny, because all I wanted was proper closure, because that's very important too when it comes to dealing with relationships or anything like that, or ending them. And I wanted them to show me that they were the adult / man that they claimed to be. But no, instead they chose to go to the cops to try to get me for harassment, which again I found funny, because it was like, luckily for me, I actually had a sympathetic officer on the case. They turned it into the courts, or wherever they had to turn in the statements to judge on whether or not I was going to be charged with anything, which was funny. Ironically, they found that I wasn't doing anything wrong, because I wasn't being threatening as people took me out to be, And it was just like, yeah, okay, cool. So sure, I'm going to gloat about that, because that was a big win for me. So anyway, yeah, it causes people who actually care to worry and to wonder, like, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with that person. Something happened to them. Or, oh my gosh, they don't really care about me anymore. I really just want to know what it is. Or, oh my gosh, they're actually done. Like, don't expect people to take hints. Like you can't read my mind. I can't read yours, right? We can't read anybody's mind. Speak up, talk, be the adult that you claim to be. Communication, proper communication. Talk, talk, talk. Show people that you actually care, especially if you're going to sit there and tell them that you do. By talking, by listening attentively. So anyway, based on my research, lack of communication can increase stress and anxiety, causes loneliness and isolation, and in turn contributes to depression and low self-esteem, and it can harm relationships. Okay, so ways that we can work on improving communication is practicing active listening. Do so by paying attention to these videos and what message I'm actually trying to get at. Again, if you all don't understand something, you need to ask, and I'll gladly explain it. As you can see, I have a response for everybody. I'm not one of those YouTube users who ignore you guys or ignore my fans or whatever you want to call yourselves. Use like I statements, such as I feel this when, start communicating, start talking, learn what your feelings are. If you have to go to therapy yourself, but don't sit there and tell other people they need help when you're the one who's an alcoholic, you're the one who's on drugs, you're the one who doesn't know how you feel, stuff like that. Don't be a hypocrite. I mean, we're all hypocrites, yeah, and I can't stress that enough, including myself. But admitting it, catching yourself and working on it, and being consistent, that's where you start growing as a person. That's where you start growing mentally. That's also how you can improve to actually show people that you do care about them when you really say that. Because as I stated in one of my other previous videos, you never know how long something gets embedded in somebody's head. No matter how much you might try to tell them, oh my God, you need to get over it. Well, some of us actually can't, because why? Oh my God, we actually care, unlike a lot of people. Encourage open expression. Create a safe and non-judgmental space where people will feel comfortable to talk to you. Lack of communication and improper communication can also trigger people not to trust you enough. Coming from somebody who says, oh, you won't believe me anyway, but then turn around and continuously lie about stuff. Yeah, hypocrisy at its finest. Wonder why people don't trust you or don't believe you. And communicate about mental health. It doesn't make us crazy. We all have mental health issues, whether it be anger. You guys think it's so cool to be angry and hateful towards each other, to take out your issues on somebody else to make yourself feel better about yourself because of your own issues. You feel better about yourself by saying, oh, you're the one that needs help, without looking at yourself in the mirror and thinking, oh my God, I am an alcoholic. Oh my God, I need to work on that. Or, oh my God, I have lied multiple times to this person, but yet they still are there to show me that they care and show me that they're around if I ever decide to pull my head out of my butt and want to actually talk, instead of turn them into the police every time they try to do something right by you. Or, whatever. And it's just like, really? Turn myself into the police? Okay. But then I don't end up getting charged with anything. So, who's the one that actually needs help? Who's the one that actually has the issues? So anyway, yeah, that's basically my story on that. Again, communication is so important. People use excuses such as, oh, I'm at work all day, or I'm busy. Oh my God, really? Busy is like one of the most lamest excuses I have ever heard. Because, yeah, there are some jobs where you're not allowed to have your phones. I get that. But at the same time, you guys do get breaks. So I'm sure you're able to go into the break room, the locker room, your car, wherever your phone might be. Or heck, for all you know, you may even have it in your pocket anyway the entire time. Check your phone. Take 2 seconds to be like, hey, what's up? Or, hey, I can't talk right now, but I'll get to you at this time, and actually follow through with it. Because those of us that actually care, we actually worry about you and wonder if something happened, especially when you tell us one thing and do another. Like, oh, I'll get to you around this time, and then still don't hear. If you want nothing to do with a person, be the adult you claim to be. Tell them yourself. Like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? I don't understand it. This is why I know I don't fit into this world, you know. But it is what it is, and I firmly believe that technology, and the more it expands, it's just taking over the world and leaving people to not communicate anymore because they're just stuck behind their screens all day long. This goes for adults and children alike, you know. So I wonder how we would have all survived if we were all in the older days, like without phones, without technology, without electricity even. You know, they need to do like tutorials for that or something, or people need to experience being homeless, because not all homeless people have mental illnesses or are crazy or anything like that. And some of them do have mental illnesses to the point they can't take care of themselves. But then again, you know, people are so judgmental towards homeless, it's ridiculous. It's like, do you guys not realize that you could be in their exact same position at any second? Like, whether it be a tornado taking out your house, or, you know, a fire. You know, houses catch on fire all the time, whether it be an electrical problem, you live in an old house, or somebody accidentally, you know, somebody does smoke in your house and they drop the cigarette on the floor, or whatever the case may be, or even the people who just cause arson to cause it. Can you guys really tell me that you have another place to go right away? Or will you have to live on the streets or in a shelter in order to save up money again? You can lose your jobs. Even if you're not doing anything wrong to lose it. Even the president can lose his job. The richest man in the world, at least one of them. You know, the assets could be frozen for a reason or another. You know, think about, again, in one of my other videos, 9/11. Was anybody expecting a terrorist attack to happen and crash into the Twin Towers? No, but that could happen anywhere. A plane could crash into your house because it lost control of whatever, you know. Chances of that, of course, are slim to none, just like 9/11 was, but it still happened, right? So why are we all acting like we're better than everybody just because we have more money, a nice house, a nice car? I mean, the cars get into accidents every day. You can think that you're one of the best drivers out there, but that doesn't mean that other people are. Anyway, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I jumped topics on this one. So anyway, you know, boiling down to, communication is very important, especially to those of us who actually care about people and have a heart and aren't afraid of our empathy side. We don't think it's weak. You know, we have been hurt so much that it's like, honestly, we're strong, because guess what? We're still standing. We're still here. And I'm still here to be able to teach you guys as much as I possibly can based off my experiences. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it on lack of communication. More so pay attention to the very beginning of this video up until I started talking about homeless. If you want to hear about the homeless, that's fine, that's up to you. But anyway, thank you for listening again, and have a wonderful day. Be kind. That's what it all boils down to. Be kind. Please communicate, respect each other. You want respect from people? Start respecting them back. Thank you.